I'm gonna ask you to say something about your business.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have you. I have with me today, Miss Tanisha Davis, and she has a community business. And
Holistic health.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. Just tell a little bit about what it is.
We're not live yet, is we? I'm sorry. We're live right now. Oh no, okay.
All right. Well, how we doing today, Flint? Good afternoon. Good evening, Flint. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Democracy Defense League podcast, and we're here to illuminate and confront the issues around our city today. And we're going to honor Women's History Month today. And later on, we'll have a brief podcast from a young water warrior who went on to be with the elders in 2013. But before we get to that, I have joining me today a young entrepreneur, Tanisha Davis, and so I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. Peace and hope all is well. My name is Tanisha Davis. I have a business called the Neighborhood Antidote. That's what I go by. I am a certified herbalist, a certified comedic yoga instructor, and my business is all about health and wellness. I want to get my community more on board of, living a healthy lifestyle, and that's all.
Well, thank you. We're so glad to have her here for Women's History Month. Tanisha, can you give us some information how to get in touch with you?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook under Tanisha Yvonne, or you can find me on Instagram as the Antidote. And that's all I have right now. I don't have a website right now. I'm working on that.
All right. Well, thank you. Let us know when you get that website going. Well, again, today we're going to do just a brief program and we're going to honor Women's History Month. But before we get into the video of the uh, water warrior, she was a young woman and very articulate and active, and we miss her dearly. And we're going to have her words to inspire us because we got a lot of issues we're being confronted with. First of all, we want to say something about we got some bad news since the last time we were on here. One, the lawsuit for the criminal negligence against Snyder and the rest of the gang that was responsible for this disaster that happened to us in 2014. They went to the Circuit Court of Appeals. Ms. Hamoud and Kim Worthy, representing Dana Nessel, our Attorney General, they went to court after they had let the charges get dropped. And what we have said is that we don't know whether they're incompetent or that they are treacherous and just sold us out. We don't know what the answer is. But they went to the Court of Appeals to try to reopen the case, and the judge threw it out again. So they only have one more place to go, and that's back to the Supreme Court. And we don't have much faith that they're going to be successful in that. So that is not good news for us. But the other bad news is that Judge Newblatt today finalized the $620 million settlement. Now, we've heard Dana Nessel, our Attorney General, say that, and they said it when it was agreed to in federal court, this is the biggest settlement in the history of Michigan. Well, it's also the biggest sellout in the history of Michigan as well, because This nowhere near even puts a down payment on making us whole. Now, some people are going to be all right in this settlement and some are not. But what the community is asking today, where is our money? Where is our settlement money? Some people are going to be fine. Some people are going to get a, a good portion of something that they can use to try to put their lives back together. But some people, I'm afraid, are not going to get anywhere near what they're hoping that they're going to get. So I'm just not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but the settlement is nowhere near what we need to restore and make ourselves whole. So what can we do? They put so much pressure on us when they were signing up for the lawsuit. We had to have it in by this date, or you were going to be out, and people were running around and standing long lines over there by Longway Boulevard. It was all confusing. You couldn't hardly get online to fill it out. And they put all that pressure on us to get it in. And after all this time, where is our money? Where is our settlement money? Well, and where is the justice? Where is the accountability? The Attorney General's office has failed us. And to add insult to injury, Attorney Hamoud, who was one of the lead attorneys for the criminal part, to put Snyder and the rest of them to lock them up for their negligence and the causes of death of so many of us, they gave her a promotion and made her Assistant Attorney General. How do you reward somebody that's been just a wholesale failure, just a failure in prosecuting the case against Snyder and the rest of them? They're all scot-free right now. And I don't have much hope that the Supreme Court is going to bring these cases back, but they may. So what can we do? Well, right now, what we can do is to call Dana Nessel, the Attorney General, and tell her, where is our settlement money? And we can call Dana Nessel, the Attorney General, and ask her, when is Snyder and the rest of them going to be charged? Where is the justice? Where is the accountability? So right now, we can call and get a pen and paper out if you can, and ask Dana Nessel and call Dana Nessel at 517-335-7622. Dana Nessel, the Attorney General, is who we need to call at 517-335-7622 and ask her, where is our settlement money, and when and how are they going to ensure that the Snyder and the rest of the defendants in the water crisis criminal case, when are they going to be charged? They have to hear from us. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be following that story as time goes on. Now, I also want to bring up, and that's an urgent issue, because you can't even go in a grocery store without people asking you, where's our money? Where's our money? Where's our money? So the next thing I want to talk about that's our money is the ARPA. I don't want to go into the details of that today, but we're going to have to call our council people and ask them, where's our money as well. There's only one thing that stands in between our community and the $94 million ARPA money that came here. One thing that stands in between us and the money, and that's our city council. Not even the mayor. He can suggest, but the city council has to approve every nickel of the money that came here. And they're the only ones that standing in between us and our money. So if we're not receiving and getting benefits off of this money is all on the council. In the water, before, when the water money came here, the governor just handed it out to who he wanted to. It didn't even come through city council, most of it. But this, every nickel, every dime out of the ARPA funds has to go through council. So they're the only ones that stand between us and the money, the ARPA money. So I just wanted to underscore that. In the meantime, we have some other events that's coming up that's important for us as community to really embrace and get involved in, and that is the lead pipe replacement settlement, where our service lines were replaced. They're going to have a meeting to inform us about that settlement, about the pipe. Many of us are still experiencing problems where they didn't come and fix the yard, finish that part of it. They came and replaced the pipe, left the yards in disarray. They're supposed to come back and restore those yards and make those yards, put the grass seed and all that back in. And a lot of this has not been done. And all the pipe replacement has not been done. And so this public forum that's going to be held at the Flint Public Library, March 28th at 5:30 at the Flint Public Library, where we can get some answers to those questions. The people that filed the original suit for the pipe replacement, they will be there. They will tell what they're going to do to make sure that the work is complete. It should have been done. The city has had extension after extension, and they're still not done with the pipe replacement. And we've got hundreds of families in the city of Flint whose yard restoration has not been done. So you really want to get over there March 28th at 5:30 at the Flint Public Library to get an update and what we as a community can do, because the lawyers have been fighting. They've been fighting, and we need to find out what we can do to finish that job. I want to make one more announcement, and that is the new McClinton Theater will be hosting a play called The Water Remembers. The Water Remembers. And it's being done by an African-American female acting crew called Sister Tour. And I just want to give a shout out to the McClinton Theater for hosting this, and also to Dr. Karen Weaver, who sort of was the point person and helped make this happen. And this is going to be April 8th at the new McClinton Theater at 3:00. And we want to watch this play because we need to give ourselves a chance to take in the situation that we've been through. And sometimes culture, plays, and songs and things like that can help us. It has a healing effect on our community. So we really want to support this. There's no charge, and April is the month that we're going into the 9th year of the Flint water disaster. So April 8th will be a very appropriate time to have this play, and we're really looking forward to seeing this play. And we'll have women from our community who will be part of this play. And so it can be a comfort to us to share that experience as a spiritual experience that they will share. So that's all the news that we have for now. We did want to end the program today by giving a shout out. We got a couple of minutes before we're going to show that video, and I'll introduce the video. Is a video of Charity Hicks, who was a water warrior in the city of Detroit. She was a founding member of the People's Water Board. And the People's Water Board was formed by residents and activists in the city of Detroit because they wanted to be the voice of the people as it relate to water issues. At the time that the water board was formed, there was a tremendous amount of shutoffs and people going without water. Uh, at the time, and as it is now, if you have children in the home and you do not have water, they find out that you don't have water, protective service can take your kids. So this was a real ugly situation, and Charity Hicks and others rose to the occasion. She was tragically killed in an automobile accident in New York City in 2013. And it was a very hard to deal with that by the activists in the Detroit area. And uh, we, we felt the loss as well here in Flint, those of us that was involved with water issues. And so we really want to show this. This is just a small clip of a speech she gave in which she mentions Flint. And again, the video is from 2014. I have to correct, she was killed in 2014, but the video is from 2013. And so we are sharing this because sometimes we need inspiration and we need voices that inspire us and keep us going when things are looking down, which they are looking down right now in Flint. And so hearing her voice and listening to her caution Flint about what's to come and her sharing with us the essence of what the water crisis in Detroit and Flint is all about, and that is the drive to privatize and steal water as an asset, turning it to a commodity, turning it to a profit-making venture instead of keeping it in public hands. And that's the essence of what her uh, topic is all about. And this is the essence of what we have to keep in mind, that we are really fighting to hold on to our public water. In Flint, we need our water clean. We need it affordable. We need to stop the shutoffs. We need the health care that came from being poisoned and other things. And if we allow corporate interests and Wall Street investors to take over our water, our dreams of free, clean, and affordable water will be impossible. So we have to keep that issue in mind even as we fight. So I'm going to let Mr. Robinson play the video for us right now.
To Flint to get them water, and now they said we don't want water from y'all no more. And they were under a wholesale rate. But people in Flint about to find out what they about to show. Because everybody was on our shoulder. The whole region, all 4.3 million of us was on our shoulder. Now, the water system is threatened to be privatized. 2 years ago, United Water put a bid quietly. It was leaked. We're not going to give away sources. That was on Mayor Kilpatrick's, before Mayor Bean got office, it was on his desk. And there's several people who've been hunting for our water. They want to operate it. And they said that we can do better than the municipal employees. We can do, they want to charge $1, we can run the system for 80 cents. We can run the system for 75 cents. With no guarantees and protections on cost overruns, and on anything. And if we learned anything from Atlanta, you be real careful in privatizing what the people own. So this is our water system. Our mothers and fathers and our grandmothers and grandfathers since 1827, when that first water main was built with logs, paid for this. Their blood, their sweat, their tears, their tax money, and their backs built that. We're the inheritors of their legacy. What we're paying for is system maintenance and operation. So we paying for chemicals, we're paying for the pipes, we're paying the salaries of the employees, and they service our water. They provide a public good. If water is not a commons, we don't know what else it is a commons. If we all can't turn on the faucet and brush our teeth, or go and flush a toilet, or go fill up a mop bucket and mop a floor, then what are we doing? So fundamentally, the People's Water Board on the back of these small kicker cars is our demand. We've demanded a moratorium on all shutoffs. We demanded a moratorium on all kind of like backroom deals that wasn't done in a transparent fashion, i.e. daylighted and presented to the public. And the only thing we got on here, which is a victory, is now they televise the minutes and they put the agenda online, because they didn't used to do it. We're still fighting outsourcing the jobs. We're still fighting conservation penalties. The city, when we were all 2-3 million deep, didn't care. Water would run off, they said we'll treat. Now, because half our population gone, and the cost of the chemicals to treat our sewage and our combined rain overflow is through the roof. We're gonna have to bring in some levels of efficiencies, because you can't charge what you used to charge to 3 million people 1 million or below 1 million. And that's why our rates partially have gone up, but mainly our rates have gone up due to privatization. I swear, you can look at it pound for pound. We paying for cost overruns and corporate inefficiencies, and we also paying to take knowledge out of the public space, i.e. our operators, and privatize it. So if we ever need to build a waterworks system for all of us, we gotta go find somebody and train them, rather than to have that knowledge passed down and inherited by future generations. That's what a commons is. A commons is everything we need to share. And the one thing we share is water. So every time y'all see a water main break, take a picture of it. The People's Water Board, we aggregate them and send them to the water board and say, look at this fresh water running down this drain, and you get 32,000 households disconnected from the system. Shame on you. We got to take a bath for water main breaks, or go find a water main break and fill up a bucket. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons run down sewer drains every day in Detroit. But we can't turn on people's water. Another thing we're doing is we're trying to get the water board to be honest about green and great infrastructure. So they ran this program, and right now it's through the Green of Detroit, where they're disconnecting downspouts. Because now they recognize the water is important. But we can't have all this water running through the sewer because we can't treat it, because when it rains, we release raw sewage, and we're in trouble. We violate the Clean Water Act. I mean, if I was fishing in Detroit and it got the rain, I'd be running for the hills, because plastic bottles and filth and everything that's in the combined sewer systems and the rain system comes out of these storm drains called combined sewer overflows. And if you ever on the river and it rains, you see them open up and oil and debris flow out.
Right.
We can't have that. We're better than that. So that's what the People's Water Board is working on. One, keeping our water system held by the public. It's our water system. We built it, we pay for it, and it's ours. It's a human right. Two, water should be protected from pollution, and it should be conserved. That's how precious it is. And one, if we all can't have water, should nobody have water? That's a statement, but that's it.
All right, thank you, Sharon.
I think that's so. Again, in memory of Charity Hicks, a dynamic African American woman that was in the trenches and in the fight and understood her assignment and inspired all of us to continue the fight. So for Black History Month, as well as Women's History Month, we salute Charity Hicks. And we will be back, and the struggle continues. Did you have any last words?
Actually, I do. I forgot
Okay.
to mention this with my business as the neighborhood antidote. I sell sea moss and all natural herbs. So reach out to me. Hit me up on Facebook, once again at Tanisha Yvonne, or on Instagram at the neighborhood. I'm sorry, the antidote 929. All right. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us today for Women's Month. This is very exciting, and I appreciate you for sitting here with us. Thank you.